You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Welcome to Sweden After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Welcome to Sweden After Show.
Hey guys, I'm Carli Garsow here at AfterBuzz for our first official after show for NBC's Welcome to Sweden. Hi, I'm Britta Garsow, co-hosting with Carli for Welcome to Sweden. She's my twin sisters, yes. So first of all, we loved the show. We thought it was so funny. It's created by Amy Poehler and her brother Greg Poehler, and so obviously with Amy Poehler doing Parks and Rec, we knew it was going to be a hit. Comedic genius. It's kind of has the same like Parks and Rec feel, but obviously takes place in Sweden with Swedish people, which is kind of funny. And most of the filming is done in Sweden, so that's really unique for an American comedy. And just so everyone knows, the show is actually based off of Greg Poehler's real life. He actually did move to Sweden for a girlfriend, and so he decided, it'd be a great idea for a show because it's a really unique situation, moving from New York, being a really successful celebrity accountant, and then all of a sudden ending up in Sweden where you don't know Swedish, you don't know anyone, and there's a whole new lifestyle to adjust to. Yes, and he stars in the show, and he's very funny. He's different than Amy Poehler. He looks just like Greg Kinnear, by the way. His name's Greg. Kind of thinking he's Greg Kinnear, though, because
they look the same.
Looks
kind
like Amy.
Like us.
Yes. Looks like Amy Poehler, obviously, because it's her brother. But I was like, whoa, Greg Kinnear, is that you? Okay, guys. So this is the first after show for Welcome to Sweden because it premiered today. And so please go on iTunes and comment and let us know what you think of it because we'll be here every week watching with you. Hope you like it. Yes, like we did. Okay, so the show starts with Amy Poehler playing herself in a room with Bruce. Bruce is Greg Kinnear's, Greg Poehler's character. And she is playing herself, but she kind of isn't a good listener. She seems a little insensitive, so I'm sure she's not like that. I think it was done for a comedy purpose. It's just funny seeing her on Parks and Rec where we're all like used to watching her, and Leslie Knope is so friendly and the nicest lady ever, literally. And then seeing her in this role as herself, but she's not, I don't think that would be, but she's very selfish. She like isn't listening to him at all, and I mean, they're really close, like he handles her money, so you would think that she would be nice and pleasant to him, but not so much. So after that, the show goes on where he gets off the plane in Sweden, and he meets his girlfriend there, and she is beautiful. Okay, Disney princess, like blonde, curly, huge hair. She's wearing a flower crown at the airport.
And yeah, champagne.
Have you ever seen that at the airport? No. No. Champagne, excellent idea. Welcome to Sweden. Yes,
Bruce.
Yes, Bruce.
Here's some champagne.
Get excited, because she's perfect. And so then she tells him, oh, well, we're going to go stay with my family. And so we meet her family. Okay, so our favorite family member is Gustav, her brother. The first interaction we see with him is he pulls Bruce into what is that? Like, what was that?
It was a little shed. They're
a little
summer
shed.
house.
They're at this random cabin house thing. And has these shots poured for him already. And
in this little cubby.
And then he's you have to do it the Swedish
style.
Swedish style. And you have to look each other in the eye before you take the shot. And he's just staring at Bruce like he's going to murder him. And we're like, can we start doing this? Can we start taking shots Swedish style?
Yes.
Yes. I think we're going to start doing it because it looked so intense. And then he says, are you mad at me for some reason? Because he looked that scared. Like he looked like he was going to hurt Bruce. But I mean, so obviously we love Gustav because he takes shots Swedish style. Yeah, and he just isn't doing anything with his life really. He looks older, living with his parents. You know what, though? I think he looks like an old little boy. Like, he looks like a little child, but in a grown man's body, if that makes sense.
That's constantly been drinking.
Yes, he always looks drunk, and but he's a great character to have because I think he doesn't say very much, but also he fits in with the comedy of the show.
He's his own unique character, which is great. There's no one else so far like him.
There was this other part where he tells Bruce, I think I'm going to become an entrepreneur. And he's like, oh, of what? Like, what do you want to start? And he goes, no, just an entrepreneur. And he goes, actually, I want to drive a taco truck. So we're thinking, like, drive a taco truck, sell tacos. Food truck. No, he wants to drive a truck while eating tacos.
And no, it was a bus. He wants a taco.
Taco bus. I'm sorry. Best idea ever, Gustav.
So moving on to other characters. Emma's her name, and
she just seems, I think she's the most normal of the characters. I mean, besides her being Swedish, she speaks both Swedish and English American. Yeah. But
so she is Bruce's girlfriend, and I mean, all these people on the show are her family because he's moving there and he doesn't know anyone. So her parents are very different on the show. Her mom, I don't know if they said her name.
Yeah.
These are all Swedish, too, so I don't know.
Her name is Vivica with a bunch of V's. So Vivica, we'll call her.
So Vivica's a therapist, and she thinks that Bruce is just so short because her husband is so tall.
I don't even think he would fit in this room. I don't
think
so. He is so tall. Like, there's this one scene where Bruce is on the couch, and he walks in, and I'm like, whoa, this man is ginormous. And he's very quiet, but
he's a very sincere character. He doesn't really say much, and when he does, it's very kind words.
Yeah. And the mom, she doesn't like Bruce because he's short, like she says, and he's very American. And she's a therapist, apparently, and so I think she's just analyzing their situation over and over, wondering why her daughter's with him. But in America, he's a very successful celebrity accountant, and so...
Well, she also said, why would you leave that to come live with my daughter? So maybe she's just concerned.
Or not a believer in...
Yeah, I think she's going to end up being their biggest fan, though.
I think so, too. That does.
Oh, and the dad's name...
It's Burger.
Well, it's not. It's Burger, okay. But it looks like you would say Burger.
Burger.
Which is just
so many food references. American food references in this. Tacos are American.
Well, no.
Leave them. Okay, well, but also another character we were introduced to is the uncle. I'm sorry, these names are really tough, but it's her dad's brother, I believe.
I think it's her dad's brother, too.
He loves...
Emma's dad's brother.
Emma's dad's brother. He loves America, wears an American flag denim vest with, like, that little sheriff.
Yeah, it's very, very cute.
And he just randomly says movie quotes. He doesn't know where he's getting them from, but he'll just spit them out, like, in normal conversations, which I think is great. I wish I could spend time with people that do that type of thing.
It's how he learned... I'm assuming English because he's just obsessed with American movies and American actors and American films, and he's a huge fan of America. So as of now, he's definitely Bruce's biggest fan. I think that he's the only one that's really full on accepted him.
Yeah, I think he obviously likes him because he's American, no celebrities, lived in New York, which is one of the biggest cities in America. So he's definitely kind of like taken on like the friend role for Bruce while he's in Sweden, trying to win over his girlfriend's family.
Yes, he's also very tall. He looks very tall.
Yeah. It's interesting, the dynamic in this show, because of the language barrier. I think that it's, even though you can't, their accent's very thick and sometimes they're speaking Swedish, it's still humorous. It's still funny.
It is. Well, there's subtitles, but...
There are subtitles, but, like, their mannerisms, like, I feel like they show a lot of personality that way. Like, they don't really need to be saying funny things. I feel like that is what the show is about. It centers around the characters.
It's nonverbal communication, how a lot of communication is done nonverbally, and what you get across is still coming across as comedic. even though it's not.
It reminded me of the whole idea with Parks and Rec, where the show is so great and successful because the characters are also different and work so well together and have that great chemistry that you don't need an elaborate set or to film in like Europe and a bunch.
That's what we were speaking of earlier, is that most shows that have such great characters, they're so dynamic, like Friends or any other show, they're so successful because you want to watch those characters and you want to see how they interact week after week. And there's not really a plot. It's not like a show that has a really set plot. You watch for the characters and you want to see what they do.
Yeah, and even though it's filmed in Sweden, like I feel like it's very relatable. It looks like, I mean, they were on this lake house and it looks like an American lake house, except for at the end where he goes, "Oh, is this nighttime right now?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is how dark it gets." And I guess the sun never sets. I'm not good at geography. I didn't know that.
I mean, I guess it must set at some point. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. She said this is as dark as this gets.
Yeah,
is that true? Comment on iTunes and let us know if the sun ever sets in Sweden. Please, we're really anxious to find out.
Yes. Are we missing any characters?
I don't think so.
Well, apparently Gene Simmons and Will Ferrell are also going to make appearances. They haven't yet, which I'm kind of surprised they didn't put them on the first episode to kind of draw people in. But I'm excited for their appearances. Will Ferrell, I mean, everyone loves Will Ferrell.
They really do. Even the Swedish, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah.
And I'm really excited to see Amy Poehler's character come back, her as herself.
Yeah, they're all playing themselves, all the cameos. So that'll be interesting, because they're obviously not playing themselves. They're just playing, like, the same name and the same occupation, but they're also putting a spin on it like it's a character. So
just like, I mean, Greg Poehler, he plays Bruce, so I'm sure, like, since it's based on his real life events, I'm sure he's acting somewhat different as a character. We don't know if that's how he really is in real life. We just don't know.
Yeah, well, let us know what you think of Greg Poehler, because we were very impressed.
I really like him.
Yeah, he's not such a comedian, as he's a good actor.
Yeah, and he seems just like a real person, and like you feel like
very relatable,
connected to him. Yeah, I really enjoyed his performance in this first episode.
Yes, I did too.
And should we talk about some predictions for the whole season?
Okay, predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I think the whole show goes around the couple and seeing if they're going to last, which obviously they have to if he has moved there and the show is taking place in Sweden. Yeah. But I think you're just going to see different obstacles that they go through, because he literally knows no one there. He doesn't have a job. So I think it's going to end up being really hard for him, and he's going to not resent Emma, but he's definitely going to, it's going to take a toll on him. But I don't think they're going to break up. I just think that it's going to get kind of hard.
It alluded to that in the end of the first episode, where he was like, "Oh, maybe that's something I should have known about you, that she hadn't had a boyfriend for longer than 2 weeks." Seemed kind of nervous, but then he's like, "We're going to be okay, right?" And so I think that's just foreshadows the whole series, is they are going to be okay, but obviously it's a huge adjustment for both of them.
Yes, and they moved to Sweden because Emma got a banking job, I think it is. So I wonder if there's going to be some turmoil there, like people she's meeting at work, and he doesn't have any friends because he's just in Sweden, doesn't know anyone, doesn't speak Swedish.
I'm also hoping that he makes, or we are introduced to more characters, like he makes new random friends. I'm excited to see what characters are introduced in the show.
I'd like to see maybe another American too.
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
I think we're going to see, well, I think with all the people, Amy Poehler and Will Ferrell and Gene Simmons, that are making appearances, I mean, I don't think they're going to be in Sweden, so I'm assuming he's going to be flying back to New York for some reason.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are our predictions. Let us know what you think is going to happen this season. And if you want to find us on social media, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Carli_Garsow.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Britta_Garsow. Thank you so much for watching this
and
week.
Listening. We'll be here every week, right here.
Welcome to Sweden After Show. Thank you.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye, see you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.